Coming to you from the Turbine Hall in Newtown in Johannesburg, it's the one-year-old Art Bulletin to you. Thank you and much appreciation for staying with Morning Live. One of Joburg's biggest arts festivals, the Joburg Arts Alive, launched its 2013 program in Houghton on Wednesday. The festival is in its 21st year and takes place for 10 days in September in various venues around Johannesburg.
We're very excited that Arts Alive has been around for 21 years. It's a real tribute to the city of Johannesburg for starting an initiative like this and then seeing it through for so long. So this year's program is a celebration of the 21 years and a real celebration of the difference that the arts has made in a city that's transforming and the contribution it's made to achieving the city's vision of a new Johannesburg. I think probably the highlight is our South Meets South Evening with the Masters, which is the Brazilian Egberto Gismonti playing with Hugh Masekela and an Indian act. We're very committed to the BRICS initiative. South Africa's a partner in BRICS, and so we're trying to bring in as many of the BRICS countries. So this year we have Brazil, India, China, and we're hoping next year to have Russia on the program as well.
Lecturer, bassist, composer and musical virtuoso Dr. Carlo Mumbeli, together with Holland's most interesting pianist Jeroen van Vliet, wowed Johannesburg at the Wits Great Hall earlier this week. The pair were accompanied by 3 other musicians, Mbuso Khoza on vocals, Kesivan Naidu on drums, and blowing the saxophone was Sydney Mnisi.
It was a very special occasion, really, because Carlo's music is quite, it's very personal, it's very emotional, it's very like deep into his very personal kind of writing and expression, and I can relate to that quite easily, since I feel that my music is also a little bit in the same angle or the same corner of what music is about, and it kind of emotionally it's close, and so it blended very well. And together with Mbuso Khoza, the singer, and Sydney Mnisi, and Kesivan, of course, the drummer. It sort of, it happened that it was a lucky match.
Memories in the Park is a musical story of happiness short-lived, anguish discovered, and the future shadowed by the past. It's performed by the talented Tuxedo cast at the Soweto Theatre until tomorrow.
The aim is to inform people about taking care of their kids and taking care of their families. It is told through dance, music, and dialogue. This is our first in the mainstream, and we believe that we should make it across the globe. These young kids are working very hard, and since they are from the township, so it means a lot for us, taking those kids from grassroots to that level.
This week, the Wits Theatre celebrated its 30th anniversary, and to mark this milestone, a special performance piece took to the stage. It's titled Afrocartography, Traces of Places and All Points in Between.
We are celebrating the birthday, the 30 years of Wits Theatre's existence, with a launch of a whole new future. And part of that future will be the establishment of a Wits repertory company, a core performance company that will focus on creative research and the creating of work that is multidisciplinary, that talks to the convergence of disciplines and the arts. I think it's the very values of this university that allow us to sustain a theatre of quality.
A collection of artworks in the image of and inspired by former President Nelson Mandela was launched at the Peacemakers Museum on Mandela Day. This tribute to Madiba is set to showcase in other world capitals after its London launch in October.
The concept behind the exhibition, which we've called We Love Mandela with a Red Heart, art inspired by Madiba, is to get together a group of artists who all love Mandela and to pay tribute to this great man in so many different ways. There's such a variety. They've used so many different mediums. I was trying to get a lot of variety. So as you see, we've got beadwork, we've got cartoons, we've got photographs by the very famous photographer Jürgen Schadeberg.
Still on our ailing world icon Nelson Mandela, today wordsmiths will gather to celebrate his life and times through the spoken word. The 95 Poets, 95 Poems for Madiba kicks off at 2 p.m. at the Nelson Mandela Center of Memory.
95 Poems, 95 Poets, Long Live Madiba is a project of the Right Associates hosted by the Miriam Tladi Reading and Book Club and the Nelson Mandela Center of Memory in conjunction, of course, with Talk to Me Literary Agency to have managed to gather a number of writers, including George Bizos, the Nobel laureate Nadine Gordimer, Miriam Tladi herself, my colleagues Sandy Lengiti and Cindy Sosiakwa, amongst the 95, to celebrate this man in words, particularly through poetry, but it's extended to other forms of writing and other forms of art. By the way, anyone who wants to come to this event in Houghton, starting from 2 o'clock, is most welcome.
Celebrating Nelson Mandela differently is Joburg-based visual artist John Adams, who's just about done with one of his biggest projects. His piece titled Mandela The Legend is 20 by 12 feet big. This piece will help raise funds for a children's foundation and a safe home.
I never could get the education I wanted until he came out of prison, because the schools were kind of closed to us. And when he did come out, I was privileged enough to go to specialized schooling for arts. So that and many more reasons is the reason I've chosen to do it on this scale. I couldn't find a place to paint it, so I had to bolt it to a garage. It consists of 12 different panels, which has a space frame behind it, and we had to kind of engineer all of that together. Then there's the transporting of it, and then there's the breaking down and reassembling at the dome from the 25th to the 27th at Future Ed Expo. Teddy Bear Clinic and Sunlight Safe Homes do amazing work with children. And I really challenge anybody to get hold of them and really see the work they do, to invest some time into them.
From the Turbine Hall out in Newtown, Johannesburg, that's how we come to the end of today's Art Bulletin. Do keep in touch with us. Let us know what's happening in and around your art circles. That email address is morninglive@sabc.co.za. Our Facebook page address is The Art Bulletin, and in brackets, Morning Live. Our Twitter handle is simply @The Art Bulletin. Until tomorrow morning, it's a goodbye from us.